Welcome back, everybody. Listen, I want to talk to you today. I've got good reasons why some black men don't date Filipinas. Yes, good reasons why some black men don't date Filipinas. Now, black men avoid dating Filipinas due to cultural differences. That's one. Okay, and then you've got perceived low-value women. So, sometimes you look at the women in the Philippines and other places, and you say, well, they're not up to scratch. They're not up to the standard that I am looking for. So you've got definitely low-value women as perceived. It may not be true. Then we've got lack of shared interest. So the things that you might be interested in, those women are not interested in. They live in a third world country, and so they may not be up to scratch with some of the stuff in the modern society. And so you're gonna have, I may not, because you might find a lady in church and you are a churchgoer or a born-again believer, and so you guys can mesh because it's easy to understand. It is church, it is theology. You're dealing with the same belief system. And also, black men deal with Western scrutiny. They really do. Affecting their decision-making process. The stuff that black men go through in America, I'm telling you, it is crazy. When you're dealing with black men from the Caribbean and Africa, is different. But American society, I'm telling you, it wears you down. It wears you out. It causes a lot of stress. And believe me, there's no place like America. Okay, black people in America suffer a lot. Black men go through a lot of stuff. There's a lot to deal with. So when a black man can get out of this country and go elsewhere where he feels free and don't have to look over his shoulder and deal with half the stuff that they deal with here in America, it's a big plus. But check this out though. A few months ago, right, I made a video entitled "Black Men Are Looking for Filipino Wives." A lot of black women are out there mad about this kind of stuff, right? So many saw it on social media to the point that, my image was used. Check this out. My image was used on a YouTube video. Not only my image, but the video the short that I made was also used. Okay, and this was subject of another YouTuber. She decided, it's a she. She decided to take my image, take my video, the short that I made, actually pointing to the full video, and use that. And man, I tell you, she maligned me. This lady don't know nothing about me, nothing at all. But she felt like, that's an easy target, so I'm going to use it. So I'm telling you, it's a whole lot of stuff going on out here, but I tell you what it is, though. The word is getting around, okay? The word is getting out that the Philippines is a place to look for a good wife. Hey, ladies, if you don't like it, tough. There's nothing I can do about it. Attitude's got to change. But anyway, let me get back to what I was saying. So, Filipino women are often stereotyped as not wanting to date black men. I've heard people say it before. But listen, this is due to false belief. And this is an ignorant stereotype. Let me let you know that. It's an ignorant stereotype because it comes down to personal preference. Even though we know that classism exists and colorism exists in the Philippines. Now, they say that black men are womanizers, okay? They say black men are criminals. But I tell you what, television perpetuates these misconceptions. The assumptions that black men don't care for their partners is ridiculous. And it's unfounded. And it contributes to the negative attitude towards black men in the Philippines. Yes, it does. They watch too much TV, too many movies, and so they believe everything that they see. Listen, black Americans are viewed favorably by Filipinos for the most part as being kind, family-oriented, successful, They figure that they're in sports, social media. Okay, of course, like I said, they watch TV. So a lot of them look at black men as, you know what, yeah, I like that. And then you got a set, and I believe me, the set that thinks derogatory towards black people are the ones who are uppity and they feel like they are white. I hate to say it that way, but that's what it is. So these are some of the things when black men get to find out these things, it kind of makes you say, I don't think I want to deal with that. But this one lady, despite having little personal experience, okay, she said, listen, she finds black men warm and welcoming. That's why I say it comes down to personal preference. You've got to know people. When you don't interact with people, then what's going to happen? Interaction reveals the warm-heartedness of black Americans. As a matter of fact, of black people, period. I believe that black people are warm-hearted. Okay? So, people have to get to know you first. And that's the problem. Because you know what? We are initially perceived as bad people. Again, this is what the media shows. But then some others say, no, they're not bad people. They're brave and they're strong because they put up with a whole lot of mess in their country. So one Filipino's point is that she felt like black men were strong and they were warm-hearted and stuff like that. But, she took the time to investigate. And so, misconceptions about black people are just all over the world. And it's just a shame. But that's what it is. So in the Philippines, black men are frequently viewed as exotic. Yeah, they are. They're frequently viewed as exotic. Now, so they draw attention. So you find that when you go there, a lot of times they will stare at you. Yeah. We know it's rude to stare, but they're going to do that. And depending on where you go, you will also encounter prejudice and small-mouthed remarks. All depends on where you go. Like I said, these people watch too much television. They think that, because black people were once slaves, they think that we're still slaves. And unfortunately with this, I don't want to get into this, but the way how society is set up, black people are at the bottom. Everybody else is on top. The Indians are on top. The Arabs are on top. The Chinese are on top. Everybody's on top. Latinos are on top. That's how it seems. So they think, like I said earlier, they feel to themselves that they're white. They value skin tone, white skin more than dark skin. That's a problem they have in the Philippines. That's a problem that they have. Some Filipinos are drawn to black men, but many others feel uneasy around them. And may even, like I said, they stare and they even act fearful. Why? Because, again, television, I think you're going to do something to them. So in the Filipino culture, racism and colorism are deeply ingrained. And some people are brought up with unfavorable opinions of people of color. It's a shame. But let the truth be told. So, the funny thing about it, although some may seem friendly in public, many Filipinos exhibit hateful behavior when they are alone. And many do not genuinely care about black men. Some do, but some don't. And so you can't expect to go over to the Philippines and everybody embrace you. The thing about it, for the most part, I got a friend that went over there and he said there was no problem. Everybody was nice to him and the whole nine. Again, it depends on where in the Philippines you go. That's what it is. In the provinces, it's different. In Manila and those big cities, you got to be careful. You know, the funny thing about it, right? Though Filipinos are a minority and typically have more of an open mind, there are some Filipinos who accept black men just for who they are. And then there are others who stereotype. I think that most black men have a favorable view of Filipinos. Okay? And, personal experience seems to be very good. If you listen to the black men who have gone to the Philippines and know Filipinos, they speak well of them. And they'll tell you their stories. So we got some stereotypical stuff going on. Stereotypical understanding of race is a major problem. And like I said, there's a preference of skin color in the Philippines, and it's white. So some black men don't want to deal with that stuff. They don't want to deal with this. Because given what black people, like I said earlier, given what black people, and black men especially, have experienced in America, why in the world would you want to go to somebody else's country to deal with that mess? Nah. So some really say, you know what, let me stay over here. And another thing too, the good thing is that it all comes down to how a person treats you. It's how you're treated. If they treat you well, you're going to look at them favorably and say, you know what, these are good people. If they accept you, you're going to accept them. But if they treat you like a human being, then there is no problem and there is no reason for us not to try and see if we can have a relationship and move on from there. We can pursue a relationship if we're treated well. If not, we might as well just keep on moving and look elsewhere. That's it. So we know that everything is stacked against us as black people. Always. Always. Check this out though. One typical trick of some Filipino women is to surprise the foreign man by inviting friends or even family on a date. When she's going on a date with a man, she invites friends, so he got to pay the bill. This is crazy. It don't make sense. That's just one of the things that somebody was talking about. And for the most part, Filipinos are brought up right. Most of them are brought up well. And you got to be careful because some women love to demand gifts and money. And then when you don't give them what they want, they threaten to find someone else if their demands are not met. So you got to be careful. So of course there are good reasons why some black men decide, I don't want to deal with that. And then given that not all online profiles can be trusted, you see a face and you think, well, that's the person you're talking to. It might be somebody else. They can use anybody's photo for that matter. So it is advised to chat with several women just in case. There's a likelihood that you might make a genuine connection because maybe you're talking to one person and that person is not genuine. That person is trying to scam you. And you spent time, years, months talking to this person just to find out that they're a scammer. So the thing is, talk to several different women and hopefully one of them will be genuine and hopefully you'll make a connection with one of them. It's crucial for foreign men to communicate, set boundaries, clear expectations, and reject any type of manipulation that these women try. Any manipulative behavior, So stories like these, I wonder, are some of the reasons why black men would not consider dating a woman in the Philippines. There are too many horror stories. And then I believe that Hollywood has mischaracterized what it means to be black, to the point that the negative roles that some blacks play on screen transcend the movie screen to the perception and the viewers who are watching the movie. So they come away with the wrong and the negative idea because they see black men as drug dealers, thugs, junkies. They see them as aggressive, hard, and the worst criminals in society, when those are only roles that are being played. But this society, this American society, will want people to think that black people are the worst. Because when you get stopped by a cop, you better pray it's a good cop, because automatically he's treating you as if you committed a crime when you didn't. These are the things that we deal with as black men. So it's not easy. The negativity seen on the movie screen has caused most of the world to be misinformed about what it means to be black. Listen, we know that black people are divided into groups, okay? Not only in America, because some people have it that only African Americans are black. I don't know where they get that from, but I'm black. But I wasn't born in this country. I'm from the Caribbean. You see what I'm saying? But I know I'm black. You can't tell me I'm not black. So there are blacks from Africa, there are blacks from the Caribbean, and there are blacks from America. We're all black. And that's the way it works. And even though we know that culturally there is differences, we still have similarities. And I said in one of my other videos, it actually comes down to your preference. If a person treats you right, then what does it matter what color he or she is? It don't matter. It's not about color. I know some people want to stick to their own, and that's fine. I ain't got no problem with that. Okay? But if somebody treats you right, you better go with it. Because, look, when it comes to the black people, we have affluent and the middle class and poor people. And the people that come to the Philippines are affluent and middle class. Most people that come to the Philippines are not poor. At least not in the way how we look at poor people. Not flying all the way to the Philippines and ain't got no money to find a wife. Yeah, right. You do your homework and you come over there ready. And some are saying it's too far. So they're not even going to think about it. They say this is too far to fly just to find a woman. But I could probably find one elsewhere. That's somewhere closer. Maybe Brazil, Dominican Republic, or something like that. So most black men will not make the trip all the way across the waters to the Philippines. It's just too long. They're not trying to fly that far. And especially if they're not accustomed to flying, oh no, they're not going to do it. So to them, it's not worth the hassle. Like I said, there are closer places. So that's where they will try and go. Another thing is that it takes money to go to the Philippines. It's not cheap. And some just don't have it that way. Not only that, but some Filipinos are seen as gold diggers. There we go. Okay? Some Filipinos are gold diggers. And men in general don't want to deal with that kind of a woman. Another thing that most of the men do not see, okay, the Philippines as a place to go for a wife. They don't see the Philippines as a place to go for a wife because they're not attracted to Filipinas. That's what it is. Listen, they like women that have a bit more assets in all the right places. For the most part, Filipinos are flat-chested. Filipinos, now you find a few thick ones, but those are few and far in numbers. Very few in numbers, thick and, nice chest and nice shape and, got something in the back, some of them are flat in the front and flat in the back. Hey, I gotta speak truth. But the thick ones and few in numbers, but they got them. So anyway, let me wrap this up. So black men are just trying to level up in a world that hasn't always treated them fairly. As a matter of fact, the world hasn't treated people of color fairly, period. We got too much to deal with. So going to the Philippines is not on the radar. It's not something that is important for them to do. So there you have it. Some black men will not consider going to the Philippines looking for a wife, because guess what? It's not in the plans. It's not in the cards. They're not even thinking about it. They are going to deal with the situation they got going on right here, or they're going to go somewhere else, like I said. All right, thanks for watching. Listen, my name is William Nelson Ryan. What I would like you to do is share the video. I want you to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Okay, listen, you have been watching Love Factual. I will see you in my next video. God bless you and take care.